Listening is the most valuable communication tool. Your ability to listen is your greatest asset in your quest to gather information, to build rapport, and to influence and persuade the people around you. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to become a great listener. As human beings, we listen at different levels. At the most superficial level, and you know you've done it, we pretend to listen. But then, the next level of listening is what I call selective listening. When we're selecting, we're choosing which of multiple channels to listen to. You're having a conversation with someone else, but you're earwigging another conversation the other side of the room. That's selecting. You're on the phone with a friend or a family member, but at the same time you're selecting what's on the television or the radio. Or worse still, you're in a negotiation. The other party is speaking, but you're selecting to listen to that voice in your head which is trying to predict what they're going to say and figure out how to respond to it. You will not hear what they actually say. The third level of listening is attending to what the other person is saying, paying attention to their words, actively listening to them. And the deepest level of listening is empathizing, understanding not just what they're saying, but what it means to them. Reading their body language, the tone of their voice. Listening between the lines. Noticing what they don't say, as well as what they do say. For most negotiations, attending is the primary level of listening that you'll want. Good quality active listening requires effort and hard work. It all starts with curiosity. The best frame of mind to have when you're going to listen to somebody in a negotiation is to be curious about what they're going to say and what it means to them. That way, you're priming yourself to pay attention and to gather the meat of what they're telling you. The second and important thing is body language. Turn to face them completely. Don't just turn your head or move your eyes, but turn your whole body to address them. Give them all of your attention. Focus on them. Sit upright and make good eye contact. Next, put yourself out of the way. Suspend judgment. Don't let yourself evaluate everything they say in your terms. Listen to it and listen to what it means in their turn. There will come a time when they finish speaking, when you can think about what they've said and be critical of it, to evaluate it, understand it, but just soak it up. And to do this, you need to turn off that little voice in your head that's forever commenting on what you're hearing. If you hear that voice, then turn it down. Because that voice will distract you from hearing what they're saying. And it's that same voice, by the way, that will help you to prepare your response. But you shouldn't be preparing your response while they are speaking, because then you're not listening to them. Give them all your attention, turn that voice down, put your opinions, your ideas, your prejudices out of the way, and listen to them. When they stop speaking, you will have time to pause and frame your response. And also still your body. It can be tempting to fidget, it can be tempting to doodle. The only thing you should be doing, apart from listening, is making notes appropriately. If you are fidgeting, it will be distracting to them and will send them the message, which may not be true, but it will send them the message that you're bored. If you have to, clamp one hand on top of the other and rest them on the table, or put them under the table and rest them on your legs. But all this is difficult. So pay attention to your listening. If you find your mind wandering, bring it back. If you find yourself wanting to interrupt, don't. And one way to occupy your busy mind is to notice the non-verbals that go along with the words that they're saying. Pay attention to their gestures, to their posture, to their tone of voice, everything that tells you extra information that they perhaps didn't intend consciously to convey. The only thing you should be doing are those little signs and gestures that show that you're listening, you're paying attention, and you're interested. Smiles, nods, tag words like, aha, I see, thank you. Those are absolutely fine because they don't interrupt, they just send signals that say that you're engaged, and that's important. When they stop speaking, that's the time to think. If you respond immediately, what you're really saying was, I kind of knew what you were going to say and I've got my answer ready. And therefore, you're effectively telling them that they didn't say anything important that needed you to think about it. If when they stop speaking, you pause and you think about what they've said and you think about your response, that pause tells them that they said something important, valuable, complex. They made you think. So your pause is a compliment to them that will build rapport. And it will allow you to think through your response and give a good response. Too many of us grew up in an education system which valued an instant answer to a question. That instant answer tells your teacher that you're on the ball, you're paying attention, and you're clever. In the real world of work and professionalism and management, that's not true. Your job isn't to have instant answers, because instant answers suggest the problem was simple, and telling you that your problem is simple is a bit of an insult. If it's simple, why can't you solve it yourself? I'm clever, I've got an answer, because your problem is obvious. It's the pause that tells the other person that their problem is complex and worthwhile and demanding of your attention, and that you're prepared to give it. And it's the pause that allows you the time to think about what they've said and to give a really good answer. Listening is one of the most important skills that any manager can gain. It takes a lot of practice, and the time to start is now. Please do give us a thumbs up if you like this video. There's loads more great management courses content to come, so please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of it. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video, and in the meantime, keep learning.